Welcome back to Let's Play Star Wars, The Force Unleashed. I'm BurningDogFace, and once again, it's a supplemental lore-only episode. Bail Organa. A decorated war hero from the Clone Wars, Bail Organa is one of the most influential political figures in the galaxy. He is head of the royal family of Alderaan, viceroy and first chairman of the Alderaan system, and a respected member of the Imperial Senate who, prior to the rise of the Empire, once commanded the ear of Supreme Chancellor Palpatine himself. A loyal friend of the Jedi Order, Bail fought alongside generals such as Obi-Wan Kenobi during many conflicts. When Palpatine later betrayed the Jedi Order, Organa secretly helped Jedi Master Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi escape into hiding. He even took one of Anakin Skywalker's twins into his care, raising her as his own daughter, Princess Leia. Again, it's kind of funny that they're giving this out when no one in the galaxy would know that except for him, Obi-Wan, and Yoda. Since the Clone Wars, Bail has led Alderaan into an age of prosperity, helping the battle-scarred world recover from the ravages of conflict. At his urging, weapons have been banned from Alderaan, to demonstrate the planet's philosophy of peace and life. Meanwhile, he continues to serve as a member of the Imperial Senate, though he disagrees with everything Palpatine has done since his ascent to Emperor. Working alongside senators such as Garm Bail Iblis and Mon Mothma, Bail tries to subvert the Emperor's policies from within. He has also been a vocal critic of the Emperor, and while Palpatine does not dare murder the beloved Organa outright, he has attempted to put the senator and his daughter in harm's way on more than one occasion. With the Senate's power waning, Bail has begun to consider alternatives to political debate in his effort to overthrow the Emperor. Although a pacifist at heart, Bail has realized that sometimes great evil can only be defeated through force. Bail also continues to aid the Jedi, funneling information and supplies to Shaak Ti, Ram Koda, and others whose locations are known only to him. When Koda emerged from hiding, Bail helped the general select key Imperial targets to attack, and later ensured that the blinded Jedi Master was transported to Cloud City safely. When he learned that his daughter is being held hostage by the Empire on Kashyyyk, Bail asked General Kota to arrange a rescue. That's a period, not a comma. When the drunken blind Kota refused, Bail set out in search of Shaak Ti for aid, only to be captured by Maris Brood on Felucia. Bull Rancor. An ancient Rancor monster, the near-mythical Bull Rancor is marked by its pale flesh, elongated tail, and immense horns sprouting from its massive head. The Bull Rancor is generally a solitary creature who guards the legendary Rancor graveyard on Felucia. The creature is much more aggressive than its younger brethren, and the Felucians believe it can't be captured or tamed. However, the force-wielding Maris Brood has formed a strong bond with the ferocious beast. The Bull Rancor is now intensely loyal to Maris, and will fight to the death to protect her. Corrupted Maris Brood. Let's see how different... Yeah, it's the same exact sprite as that one. She already had red eyes. Corrupted Maris Brood. Like many of her peers, Maris was discovered by the... Okay, it's exactly the same up to the bottom of that first paragraph, and was still intent... Yeah. Despite Shaak Ti's positive influence, Maris harbored a strong desire for revenge, and was still intent on confronting Darth Vader. When Vader's apprentice arrived on Felucia, Shaak Ti ordered Maris to disappear into hiding. Although Maris desperately wanted to fight alongside her master, she relented and vanished into the Felucian wilderness. When she later learned of Shaak Ti's death, Maris was grief-stricken and enraged. Over time, her anger and fear corrupted her, and she eventually fell prey to the dark side. When Maris took control of the native Felucians, they too embraced the dark side, transforming into hideous monsters that stalked the planet. Beneath her defiant and wicked exterior, Maris harbors a deep fear of being discovered by Darth Vader. When Imperials invaded Felucia and began a bloody war with the natives, Maris was certain that she was about to be exposed. She kept herself hidden from the Imperials, secretly spying on them and watching for any sign of the Sith Lord. A short time later, her Felucian scouts spotted an Imperial transport landing on the planet. Unable to stifle her curiosity, Maris visited the landing site to discover that the pilot was Senator Bail Organa, who had come to Felucia in search of Shaak Ti. Although he knew the trip would put him in great peril, Bail sought Shaak Ti's help in rescuing his daughter from Imperial forces on Kashyyyk. Still believing that Darth Vader would arrive on Felucia soon, Maris recklessly attacked and captured the Senator. She now holds him hostage, hoping to trade him to Darth Vader in exchange for her life. Although she is undisciplined and emotional, Maris is a skilled combatant. She is quick and agile, and has mastered a unique lightsaber fighting style that relies on rapid strikes. She has also learned to use the Force to mask herself and become invisible to the naked eye. She uses this ability to vanish for short periods of time before suddenly ambushing her opponents with a vicious attack. And as before, we'll start from here. Dark Felucian Warrior. When the Felucians allied themselves... Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry about that. From the top. Dark Felucian Warrior. When the Felucians allied themselves with Shaak Ti, her influence kept them from slipping to the dark side. With the murder of Shaak Ti, the Felucians have succumbed to anger and hatred, eventually embracing the dark side completely. Her strong connection to the dark side has had dramatic effects. The Felucians have physically changed in appearance, their features twisting into hideous masks. They have also become much more vicious and aggressive, recklessly attacking anything they view as a threat. The Felucian warriors retain their formidable fighting skills and basic force abilities, but the dark side has made them stronger and much more resilient. And yet, I had almost no trouble with those guys this time around. Which is a shame. I feel like the level really relied way too heavily on Imperials. I mean, they're in every other level of the goddamn game, so I feel like they really should have shown off these guys being, more dangerous than they were before. Gross. Dark Felucian Shaman. As with their warrior and chieftain brethren, the Felucian shamans have devolved under the influence of the dark side. With their strong connection to the Force, the shamans have retained much of their intelligence and their ability to call hordes of warriors into battle, but they have lost all sense of good and compassion, and will send wave after wave of Felucians to their deaths just to satisfy their bloodlust. Damn. Dark Felucian Chieftain. With the guiding light of Shaak Ti gone, the Felucians have fallen to the dark side. Amongst the Felucians, the chieftains have devolved the most dramatically under the influence of evil. Originally trained to defend and lead their people, the chieftains now care only about killing. They rampage across the planet unchecked, blindly attacking anything they encounter. Hang on. Okay, right. I still think they were wearing masks before. It's kind of hard to tell. Pretty sure I've seen all this before. Master Kento? How long has this been here? This is... Oh shit. It's Starkiller's father. He has a name. I guess this is because we met him in the house. This must have been there after Kashyyyk, but I didn't notice. Master Kento. Like many Jedi Knights, Master Kento was discovered by the Jedi Order and brought into the Jedi Temple for training at a very early age. Kento is a gifted student, but he lacked maturity. He viewed every mission, no matter how dangerous or disturbing, as just another adventure. While other Jedi were sickened by the horrors of the galaxy, rampant crime, slavery, murder, civil war, Kento saw only another chance to engage in exciting, death-defying heroics. When the Clone Wars erupted, Kento rushed to the front, where he fought bravely alongside the clone soldiers and other Jedi. However, while battling separatists on Talos, Kento met a young Jedi freedom fighter named Mali, and the two fell in love. Kento began seeing the war through her eyes, and soon realized that every battle sundered families, devastated communities, and left tragedy in its wake. Even worse, every conflict brought the chance of his or her death, and the possibility that they would never see each other again. Kento and Mali secretly married, but continued to fight for the Republic until Mali learned that she was pregnant. Torn between their loyalty to the Jedi and their new family, Kento and Mali's reservations about the war continued to grow. They began to feel that the war was only sowing seeds of hate throughout the galaxy, and that the Jedi were partially responsible for perpetuating the conflict. On the eve of Order 66, Kento and Mali disguised themselves as medics and slipped away into the Outer Rim, hoping to raise their child far from the raging conflict. When Kento later learned that the clone troopers had turned against the Jedi, he was racked with guilt, but remained with his family as they moved from planet to planet in search of safe haven. Kento and Mali eventually settled on Kashyyyk, where they befriended the fiercely loyal Wookiees, who kept careful watch over their young son. Sadly, Mali was killed while defending several Wookiees from a group of mercenary slavers, leaving Kento to raise the boy alone. The Emperor's spies learned of the slavers' fight with the Jedi, and Darth Vader was sent to Kashyyyk to hunt down the fugitive. Kento fought bravely against the Sith Lord, but was ultimately defeated. Vader discovered and kidnapped the powerful boy, intent on training him as his secret apprentice. I know my parents' names, but I still don't know my name. Sarlacc Snapmaw. That's a round thing. Located throughout the Sarlacc are hundreds of secondary mouths designed to rip apart large prey or quickly digest smaller victims, providing much-needed energy to the massive monster. A dark maw will remain dormant and closed until it detects vibration or sound directly in front of it. The dark maw can react in an instant. I'm guessing that there's a dissonance between the title here and the actual entry. Can react in an instant, opening before its prey has time to react. Anything near the dark maw will be instantly consumed. Dark maws are extremely sensitive to light rays of any kind and can be rendered inert by bright lights. Only one left, and I can guess what it is. Imperial Raxus Prime. It already was controlled by the Imperials. One of many worlds imperialized with the Galactic Empire, Raxus Prime is a remote planet on the Outer Rim that has long been the galaxy's junkyard. Numerous corporate interests turned Raxus Prime into a dumping world in the days of the Old Republic. Okay, fine. It's not like the Maris Brood thing where it's the same thing again. In the days of the Old Republic, the surface of Raxus Prime is now covered with refuse piled over countless generations into... This is similar. Mounds of junk, natural mountains, starships, garbage, ruined ecosystem, huge pools of toxic sludge, hot and caustic atmosphere, and a miasma of foul-smelling fog. Here we go. Since the death of Kazdan Paratus, a Jedi who called Raxus Prime home, the Empire has established a massive shipyard above the planet. It's only been I guess it has been a couple months. So maybe that's feasible. The Imperials have begun to organize the planet's refuse, much of which is melted down and shot into space via a giant ore cannon. The ore is then used to construct the Empire's terrifying Star Destroyers. The Imperials are also in the process of wiping out the local Rhodian mercenaries and Jawa clans, both of which compete with the Empire for the planet's most valuable materials. Imperial Ore Facility. Raxus Prime provides the perfect raw materials needed to construct Imperial machines of war. To that end, say this with the Empire, at least they're recycling. The Republic just dumped all their shit there and forgot about it. To that end, the Imperial Engineering Corps established two key facilities on Raxus Prime. A massive orbital factory where fearsome Imperial Star Destroyers could be produced, and a surface structure devoted to collecting and transporting huge amounts of processed ore to the factory above the planet. This ground facility utilizes hundreds of smelting plants, which in turn divert processed ore to a massive gravity cannon for launch into orbit and use in the orbital factory. As this facility is one of the most important new Imperial military projects, it is protected by an entire legion of elite troops. And there should be one vehicle left. ATST, the classic. The All-Terrain Scout Transport, ATST, is a vital component of Imperial ground forces due to its speed, maneuverability, and precise weaponry. Each Scout Walker is manned by a pilot and a gunner, who enter the command pod via a small hatch atop the armored module. Together, the two-man crew uses the vehicle to protect ground troops and provide heavy support fire. The ATST's highly maneuverable armored head is adorned with a light blaster cannon, a concussion grenade launcher, and twin blaster cannons, all used to provide covering fire for ground troops. Several variations of the ATST chassis are employed throughout the galaxy, each suited to their unique environments. Mildly disappointed I don't get to, cut the head off an AT-AT, but, such is life. That will about do it for this lore episode. I'm BurningDogFace, and I'll see you next time on Let's Play Star Wars The Force Unleashed, when Starkiller heads back out into Raxus Prime. Later!